Kevin Conrad is the director of the Coalition for Rainforest Nations, and he has single-handedly, more than anybody, probably gotten tropical forests back on the agenda of the UN delegates. So Kevin, thanks.
John, thanks a lot. Yes, I direct the Coalition for Rainforest Nations, which is presently 10 countries in Latin America, Africa, and the Pacific, who decided that the present incentive structure that the world markets provide basically causes deforestation. Let me explain. We ask developing countries to send us coffee, soybeans, and a variety of other agricultural products. In most of these developing countries, you have to cut down the forest first in order to plant those commodities. Generally, those commodities are low priced. We're arguing that if we're serious about deforestation, we have to provide the correct incentive structure. What that means is the UNFCCC and the Kyoto Protocol need to consider how they can be correctly structured to encourage developing countries to conserve their forests rather than to cut them down. What we're trying to do simply is start a process. This is a significant source of emissions. As you all know, 20 to 25% of global emissions come from land use change, primarily deforestation. If we're serious about climate change, we cannot ignore deforestation. The entire efficacy of the Kyoto Protocol is in question unless we figure out a way to address this. So I would ask for all of your support for the countries who have been brave enough to put this on the schedule in spite of what was at one time stiff resistance. Tomorrow's a big day. Anything that you can do to encourage people to support will be greatly appreciated. The time is now. It's a serious issue, and I thank all of you for coming out today, and I thank all of those that organized this event.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Beatrice Ayimbisiwe from Uganda in Africa. I'm 40 years old, a teacher, classroom teacher, a mother of two, a widow, and an indigenous tree farmer. We grow trees for carbon sequestration, and I represent one of the 5 groups in the Bushenyi district, southwestern Uganda, who are doing the same project. My group has 131 women, out of which 71 have already started planting trees which are of indigenous. And they have so far planted an average land of about 150 acres. That is only one group out of 5. There are multiple advantages which have already been realized, which can be summarized under income to the local community, soil conservation, climate modification, as well as biodiversity. Now the message which I have for you here, or why I'm here, is that I want to tell you that there is good work which is being done in Uganda by restoring the long ago destroyed natural habitat, which is indigenous trees, for carbon sale. Therefore, I'm looking for market for carbon and also other communities who can start the same project so as to restore our destroyed environment. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you. My names are Olopetenya Isoshani from Kenya. A Maasai community that's very traditional in our own setting. We are involved in afforestation
a project where we benefit as a community. And I want to make a small statement. Apart from deforestation accounting for species extinction and 20% global greenhouse gas emissions, it also does impoverish the rural poor and precipitate the ever continuous disappearance of wildlife habitat, among others. Therefore, my plea to the UNFCCC parties is to listen to the trees, listen to the rural poor communities, and the biodiversity, both fauna and flora, that heavily depends on the existing forests. Thank you.
I did the difficult job of trying to thank everybody who helped out here. We have people from Uganda and Kenya who came a long way. We have the Cardboard Tech Institute and all their friends who are fantastic puppeteers and very dangerous and lethal snowball throwers. My family, including the tree frog and the baby tree frog who were interviewed on AP and Reuters this morning. The Metcalf family, Haley Nyholt here, who is a media person and got incredible coverage. The Lorax himself right there. I know I'm forgetting a lot of people and I apologize for that, but thank you very much for being here, and let's hope the negotiations go well tomorrow. And if you guys are wondering where we're going to meet tonight to celebrate, we'll talk about that right now, probably.